Hello, everybody. Are you ready to immerse yourself in mindfulness for next 6 weeks? This is very exciting. This is sort of like having a home retreat in your own home, and you're going to meditate with me live. And you're also going to learn about what's mindfulness and how you can use it in your life. Before we begin, simple. Why do you want to get into this? Why do you want to learn about mindfulness? Why do you want to do mindfulness meditations? Simple reason: increased sense of well being, increased joy, increased awareness of what is important to you in life, enhanced quality of life. And how do you do that? How does mindfulness give that to you? As we go on, you'll learn how. But right now, first of all, I want to tell you, no matter who you are going to get something from this camp. You could be young and restless. You could be older and searching. You could be stressed out or relaxed. You could be very ambitious or you could be laid back. No matter who you are and what stage of life you are at, you will get something from this. Every day, half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening, you are going to join me and meditate with me and hear me. And you can ask questions and I'll answer your questions. If you can't do it live, you could, of course, go to the recorded sessions and then follow the whole session. So right now I am in India, in this beautiful campus of Indian School of Business. They have two different locations, Hyderabad and Mohali, close to Chandigarh. Right now, I'm in Mohali. I'm visiting here to do a workshop. This is a beautiful campus. I just want to show you. I hope you're able to see. I can see it from my window here. So here we are going to immerse ourselves in mindfulness. Some of you may be wondering, what is mindfulness? What's all this talk about? I'm sure you have heard about mindfulness is good for you, but why and how? Before we do anything else, I am going to ask you to do one thing for me. Please go and get a cup of tea for yourself. I already have it with me, ISP. If not tea, get a cup of coffee for yourself or any drink that you like. If you don't want anything, you can even get a glass of water. There will be a little bit of multitasking. While you are listening to me, you will go and grab it. And I hope you have access to something. If you don't, then just choose any object that's next to you. Like these are my glasses next to me. Just grab that object and keep it ready next to you. You can get some food if you wish. Those of you who are in my time zone, for you it is the morning cup of tea time. Those of you who are in other parts of the world, some of you it may be dinner time. If so, then get your food. In my case, I have my banana, which I love to have in the mornings. And that's it, I suppose. So keep these things ready next to you. And while you're getting it ready, I just want you to know, if you are young and restless, you will learn to focus better. If you are too ambitious, you're driving yourself nuts, you will learn to balance it. In addition, you will also know what to focus on. Because sometimes people who are too ambitious, they take up too much. So you will know what to let go and what to pursue. If you're very stressed out, you will learn to relax. If, let's say, you are one of the older people who are searching for something to give them a sense of well-being, then you may find this technique, but you'll have to stick to it for the next 6 weeks. And you know what happens? It may sound easy to you, but there will be times when it may not be that easy. It may not be as simple as what it sounds like. Oh yeah, just be mindful. I realize I haven't defined mindfulness for you yet because I want to have a mindful cup of tea with you first before we begin with that. So, what is it? I hope you have your tea first with you. Okay, now what is mindful eating or mindful drinking? You are going to focus completely on this experience of drinking the tea or eating your banana. You are going to go slow. Don't start eating right now. You are going to use your five senses to experience this cup of tea. What are the five senses? First one is touch. I'm noticing how I'm touching this glass, this cup, and how it is warm, how it makes me feel good. The second sense is the eyesight. I'm looking at this tea and I see some light twirling in it. I see the color. I notice it. And then I'm slowly taking it close to my mouth and my nose. And I'm smelling it. That's a third sense. And I hear my own breath. And as I start drinking it, I'm also going to hear it. So by hearing it, what is it? It's a sense of hearing. And then finally, the sense of taste. So you are going to notice one sense at a time. The order doesn't matter. Whatever grabs your attention first, you're going to notice that. And as you do it, there is a sixth sense you're going to pay attention to. A sixth sense contains our perception or our feelings and thoughts, like I like it, I don't like it, or some association kicks in. You're going to be aware of it all. Okay? So let's begin. If you don't have a cup of drink, you can use your food. Just eat it slowly. Pay attention to all five senses. If not, if you just have an object that you are grabbing, then again, pay attention to all five senses in the way you are experiencing this object. You know, how I touch it, how it looks like, how the temperature feels like, smell. When I do something with it, it may actually make a sound. Don't taste it unless it's something good. Okay, so let's put this away. I am going to enjoy this cup of tea. I'll try to talk minimum. In your case, be silent and pay attention to the whole experience. And let's see where that takes you. Mind you, this is a form of meditation. You can start your morning by having this tea. Or if it is evening time, you can do the same. Maybe post dinner. If you're eating, pay attention to what you're eating. It is a meditation. It's not just an act of eating while you're doing something else, but it is a somewhat of a sacred act, and you are becoming aware of each and every aspect of this act. Be aware of whatever you notice. If your mind wanders around and goes here and there, that's okay. That's the nature of the mind. Our mind wants to wander around. But you're training your mind to come back to whatever you have decided, which is this cup of tea. Complete awareness of this cup of tea. And your experience is going to change moment by moment. It's not going to be the same gulp every time you drink it. It's like a child's mind. You're noticing every little thing. Okay. Eat a piece of banana. So what just happened? You paid attention to your experience. And I imagine it made your experience much richer and much fuller. One of my meditation teachers, Trudy Goodman, told us one story once. She said that when she was in college, she was going to this Korean master to learn meditation. In the beginning, all these college students, they kind of knew meditation may be good, but didn't know why. And sometimes you have these esoteric ideas about meditation, what it's going to bring to you. So they asked him, what am I going to get from this experience? And he said, you will get everything. Couldn't speak that, his English wasn't that great. So these students were thinking, what does that mean? I just focus on a car and I get a car. I focus on a house and I get a house. They realize, as life went by, they realize what you get everything means you get each and every aspect of an experience, the good and the bad. And this morning cup of tea is going to increase your joy in most cases. Just imagine you can spend 2 minutes a day drinking 2 gulps of tea every morning. 2 minutes is not that much. No matter how rushed you are, no matter what kind of morning you are having, you can spend 2 minutes. A refuge, a sense of joy, a sense of awareness. Okay, there's what it is. Mindfulness is about awareness, acute awareness of any experience you are having. What is going on with my body? What is going on with my senses? What is going on with my mind, my feelings, and my thoughts? You're going to pay total attention to it, but not just simple attention. It's going to be with acceptance, holding judgments. Ah, this is good. Oh, this doesn't taste that good. I don't want to drink it. No, what you're going to do is you are still going to keep drinking it with acceptance. And another thing is simply observing. Simply observing the experience you are having, the experience of the joy, you're also learning to observe it. So, mindfulness is moment by moment acute attention to every aspect of an experience. Whatever you decide, you're going to pay attention to, observing, accepting, and holding judgments. So, that's what it's all about. So, how is that going to help you to get a better sense of your life? Or how is it going to help you with increased sense of well being? That's what you're going to learn. But first of all, today what you learned was you can have an increased, fuller, and richer sense of life by having a mindful cup of tea. And that's what it's all about. I'm wondering if you have any questions about what we did so far. If you have any questions, let me know. If you don't have any questions, then I am just going to tell you what is it that you are going to get by paying attention to your experience in this way in next 6 weeks. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to focus on one type of experience in 1 week. So we had a cup of tea. So every morning and every evening, I am going to do some kind of mindfulness activity of this type. So there are two things you can do. One is meditation, which is a more formal act of sitting with closed eyes, with your spinal cord straight. You decide what you want to focus on, different kinds of things. The typical objects you decide on is breath, basic breath, body sensations, your mind, which is your feeling and thoughts. These are the type of things you can focus on. We'll do the meditations next week. But this week, we are going to do not just the meditations, but something slightly different, which is mindful activities. So you get that there are two types of mindfulness. One is mindful meditations, more formal act of paying attention to certain things. And second is mindful activities, which is whatever your daily activities are, you're going to do it mindfully. You are going to stop yourself, pause yourself from all the busy activities, other activities of life. You're going to pick one activity and you're going to pay attention to all five senses. So the cup of tea is one example. The other example is when you have a shower. Okay, when you have a shower, typically what we do is we make lists of things. We basically say, okay, what do I have to do? You're stressed out sometimes. But what you're going to do is pay attention to all five senses. Pay attention to little droplets of water, how it feels like on your shoulders, how it smells like, how the light is playing in the shower, and if the temperature feels good or not so good. You need to adjust something. You are going to pay attention to all these things Don't taste the water in your mouth, but you will notice any taste in your mouth that you may have. So pay attention completely, and any association you may have. If your mind is not staying on that one task, notice today my mind is wandering around. Today I want to make these lists because whatever it is. But you can pause. Another thing you can do is walking. You can pay attention to walking. And the fourth thing I suggest is, let's say you think about the word mindfulness. At that specific time, just take one pause. Pay attention to your breath. Breath goes in, breath goes out. Pay attention to it just for 2 breaths and then carry on. You are priming your brain to be aware. Awareness is the first step. Acceptance, appreciation, and learning to observe. So that's what you're going to do. Looks like I have a question here. I need to wear my glasses to read this question. I'm going to read out this question. Maybe you can actually see it on your screen. My question is on the method of concentration. I concentrated on a pencil and I found myself considering many different aspects. I wonder if I was jumping around too much. That means a pencil, eraser, painted wood, unpainted wood, sound. Tried writing with it. My answer to this question, it's an interesting question. 2 things. When you want to concentrate, decide what you want to focus on first. And then if your mind wanders around, notice that your mind is wandering around and then come back to it. If you want to focus on a pencil, for example, and if you decided pencil, the whole experience of a pencil, what you did was fine. You noticed different aspects. You weren't jumping around. If you're noticing the pencil experience, like the pencil eraser, the painted wood, the unpainted wood, the sound, yes, that's what you are doing. The sound, you tried writing with it. So you were focusing, I assume, on the whole experience of a pencil and the function of a pencil. And that's perfect. But if you have decided to focus on the pencil, and at that time your mind wanders around, oh, I see a woman over there, and she has a broom in her hand, and she is, or whatever you start thinking about, oh, my mom said this to me, or I need to go and do something else. That is the mind wandering around. That is away from concentration. But mindfulness is not about judging yourself. Oh my God, how can I do it? Oh, I need to concentrate. This is not bad. No, that's not what you do. You gently notice, yeah, I'm not focusing on this pencil. I'm focusing on other things. You bring your attention back to the pencil. I hope you got the answer to your question. I'm not sure if I did the technical part of it right, but I think I did. And you're focusing on the pencil. So, Eugenia, what you did was right. You're considering many aspects of the pencil, and that's the way it is supposed to be. That's really good. So, as you can see, one thing you're doing in mindfulness is you're training your mind to focus or concentrate. Okay? You decide the object or you decide any part of your activity and you focus on it. What that means is your mind wanders around and you bring it back. And you know, this is what we need to do in life. When you want to achieve something or get something done, you need to focus. You need to bring your attention back to that object. Avoid all the temptations. If you want to study, you want to study. You may be tempted to watch TV or talk to a friend, but you want to avoid that temptation and come back. Now, some mindfulness teachers would have objection to when I use the word achieving, because mindfulness is not with a goal or achieving. But what I mean is when you want to do something, you want to change your habit. You may not have the habit of concentrating, but you want to develop that habit. You actually want to learn how to come back to whatever activity you want to do. And that's the training you're doing. So one advantage of mindfulness is to be able to focus better. And activities is the best way to know how to focus better. So I'm going to drink one last sip. mindfully. And I want to tell you, next time when you join me in this session, we are going to do other mindfulness activities for this 1 week, and then we'll switch to more meditative aspects of meditation, of mindfulness, and more of what you want to do, how you want to change your habits, or how you want to derive your sense of joy, and how you want to derive your sense of well-being. I'm very excited to do this with you. I'm Swati. I have a practice, psychology practice in Los Angeles. I also teach meditation, and I have an app which you can download. It's called To Meditate. Number two and meditate. Go to any app store, Android or iOS, and just download my app. Namaste. Bye.